G'day and welcome to Aussie Vision. I'm Dale, and today we are looking at the top 3 stories of day 1 of rehearsals of Eurovision 2023 in Liverpool. 10 countries did their first rehearsals overnight. Now that was happening while we were sleeping in Australia, or for most of them. So we just want to look at the kind of top 3 summary of the things to look out for from those 10 performances. Because of course, we only get the photo galleries, a little bit of TikTok videos, so we can't read too much into each individual one. So what are the main stories here? Number 1, Loreen and her light box. It is there. We have a light box. People were worried. I was a little worried as well at some point, but they've come back with a kind of a smaller version of what they had at Melody Festival, but it still looks fantastic. The whole essence of the performance is still there from what we can see. It's all about the atmosphere, it's all about the camera shots, and it's all about Loreen performing, and we know she can do that. I think there's some clever usage of these sort of LEDs behind as well. This is going to work, this is going to look great, and she's still going to be the favorite to win at this point anyway. Number 2 is the national final glow-ups. So essentially most of the performances we saw overnight or from the images are very similar to the aesthetic that they use in their national finals, but they've just elevated it. So we've seen things like Norway, the costume looks expensive, but the whole kind of performance looks very much the same from what we can see. Same for Moldova, those outfits looks fantastic as well. And then we have things like the busker from Malta, the same kind of aesthetic there, though we have a big glow up in that car. It's not just a steering wheel now, there's that nice little frontage there, and we should see something like what they did in the national final. People like Latvia still have the lights there as well. So a lot of the same kind of things as the national finals. A little side note, poor Latvia, their luggage was lost, so the costumes they were wearing weren't the costumes that they're going to be performing in. So make sure your luggage gets over to Europe. We will make sure our most important things are in our hand luggage when we go over. So hopefully we'll get to see those costumes later in the week. Now, the third story for the whole thing is I'm going to bring up Ireland. I thought Ireland put together something that looks really good as an aesthetic overall. Now, when they did their national final performance, they're in a TV studio, not much you can do with that. But this one with the kind of gold 70s style jumpsuit, the kind of platform behind, a lot of pyro and getting the pyro out early. I feel like they may be trying to build some momentum. You don't see a lot of pyro get used in first rehearsals, or only a little bit. So they're making a statement. It looks good. It's not doing anything new, but I think it works with the song. It's kind of just like a nice anthemic song. It's going to be a nice palate cleanser next to things like Croatia, which are doing what they did in their national final. So I think this was a good night for Ireland from what we could see, but of course we need to see the full performance. All I'm saying at this point is I'm liking the aesthetic. It does what it says on the tin, and best of luck to them. All right, those are the 3 main stories we saw from day 1 of the rehearsals. Let's see what day 2 brings.